You have it on video.
I know. I'm gonna take a picture for the video. This gonna be interesting, y'all. 2020 is here.
With jokes.
Gotta let them know. 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 We gotta let them know. What's really good? It's your boy Capital DC. Happy 2020, folks.
2020.
I am here with a chilling adventure on Instagram, Tamika.
That's me.
Happy 2020, man. So this episode, we're going to jump right into it. We are going to cover 2019, of course, but we're going to look at it like, I've been in Buffalo, New York the whole time, pretty much. Tamika, you've been here the whole year?
No, man.
Okay, so you have a little bit more to talk about than just Buffalo experiences and stuff like that. So we're going to go over our experiences, you know what I'm saying? We're feeling very good from the night before. Me and my lady, we planned to go out, but we ended up dancing to chingy music instead of going out. And
Triplets 2020.
Triplets 2020. No. Ooh, man, twins, boy. Triplets. Oh, that'll be 5 kids in 3 years.
That's a lot.
Some dudes be out here doing that. Anyway, today is our top 10-ish events of 2019 that really we want to talk about and go through. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate y'all watching and keeping up with us. We are here, folks. We made it. We made it. Like, yo, some of us.
It's an election year, people.
Fact. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. This year, I think, obviously,
register to vote. It matters.
One of the biggest things that affected us was the president, and not just the president, but the cabinet, the whole shebang.
The whole administration.
U.S. government. You know what I'm saying?
The GOP. Just
like, yo. On one hand, now listen, I said I was going to say something nice because that's just my nature. I try to find some positive. And the only level of positive I've been able to find out of this administration and what's been going on is that it seems like people have been more willing to call out corruption and help each other. You know what I'm saying? Not the people that's doing the corruption on the major levels, but like on a generic level, like on the ground level, people are like, you can't say that, don't talk like that, don't hurt my friend, no bullying. You know what I mean? Like, these things are here, and they weren't really here like that beforehand. And then a lot of people that's been running the government into the ground and just doing a lot of bad business, they're being called out for their bad business, even in the video game industry. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, like, a lot of struggles that are being broken down because of the response of this shitty governmental experience. You know, so on one hand, while we had Clinton and Obama in office and Bush in office, these jobs were treating people any old kind of way. Hollywood was crazy how it was. Everything was still happening. And then this dude get in, and now people are like...
Wait, well, Hollywood was exposed because of the Me Too movement, not because of the Trump administration.
Well, I think the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter and a lot of things...
Black women. She don't get enough recognition. Facts.
Send me some information so I can put the information somewhere so we can get that information out there. But I think that these movements were, if not started, I don't want to say that because I don't know. I would be very ignorant. But I would say these movements were, people were more willing to join and participate because they were looking at the top, at the prestigious place where it's supposed to be, and it's corrupt. Everything is corrupt. It's so bad that we're like, hey, we have to look at stuff, which is what President Obama asked us to do in the first place. I remember this several years ago. Obama was like, yes, I'm president, that's dope, but you have to do things in your city on the ground level too. You got to check your boss, check your governor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said that. And maybe that's what started it. And then all of this exposed corruption, like, you know what I'm saying, gave it a bigger platform. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only positive thing I can find, and I'm struggling to say that. Like, dude, the president said he'd be grabbing women by the vagina. I know that was 2016, but people are still saying it to this day.
Listen, I have nothing good to say, so.
And I don't think you should. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think you should. I do recognize as an African American male, there's some things that I have that are, I have ignorance in my life because I don't have to deal with certain stuff. But then again, because I'm African American male, there's some stuff I got to deal with that's crazier now than it ever was before. And I will say this out loud, but I don't know if y'all noticed this, but for like the last 5 or 6 years, smart black men have been a very high target of whatever is happening. I'm not making any excuses for people, but intelligent black men are being like pushed to the side, ostracized, misinterpreted, things like that, and it's hard to see those people suppressed, and it's hard to see those people out in public. So as a person who has worked in education, you know, if I'm working in the school and the spot that I'm able to get into is subbing, so I'm a substitute teacher. A lot of students don't even have a black male as a regular teacher at all. So kids was looking at me like, "Oh my God, you here? Teach me." You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, well, some of the situations that go on have kept me like, well, I'm gonna stay at home. You know, I'm gonna stay home. No, I mean, listen, I'm not. Listen, I've heard some horrible stories of people who lied in order to be sensational, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay home, yo. I'm staying home because I'm really out here trying to help people, and it would crush my whole spirit. You know what I'm saying? Personally, as a regular person, I would be crushed if all the hard work I put in to be a good person and help the community and not be a creep was turned into some media thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's kept a lot of people like myself in the house and doing Uber and all that type of stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just been trying to hustle it out.
DoorDash.
You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of, because in one situation I was speaking with some like professionals, speaking with some legal people, stuff like that, and I was trying to get some information. And I'm like, are y'all trying to tell me I need to just sell drugs? Like, are y'all telling me I need to like sell drugs in order to keep up whatever y'all saying? Like, what is happening here? Like,
yes. No, they would never suggest that.
That wasn't what they were saying, but it's like the corner that I was suggested to be in was be on the corner if you trying to not be stuck somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is not the time to disclose a whole bunch of what I'm talking about because we're trying to get through this. But yes, the whole situation is like, I don't expect for you to have even a similar outlook on what's been going on. And what is your take on all of this I'm talking about?
I'm just registered vote people. I'm angry. I'm always angry.
You look mad happy about it though.
It's always just a low-key simmer, you know? I'm always at a good simmer. But you just the smidgest little incremental amount of heat and bitches be boiling and I'm bitches.
Man.
I mean, and also like doing the work that I do, like, and it's I've been at protests and politically active since I was 16 years old, and if not younger than that, you know, like.
You was 40.
That's what I said, if not younger. Yeah. See, like, just things.
I was there.
See, he was there. Yeah, man. You know, and now that I'm just like getting older and it's, you know, affecting me more and I'm understanding more and I'm realizing how fucked up it is. Like, it's just infuriating. It's like, it doesn't mean I have to be angry all the time, but it's there. You know, I can get angry real quick about it. So, and with this administration, I just have to like take a momentary break from being angry, where I'm just like, okay, this is the year where like I'm just gonna focus on it's voting year. This can be dealt with. This can be mitigated in some way, shape, or form. Dear sweet baby Jesus, people go vote.
I mean, for those who
although the electoral college needs to be abolished too, but that's a completely different subject, and we can talk about that another day.
3 and 4. Yeah, you definitely jumping levels. So, I mean, for those of you that don't feel like voting is important, because there's a long history in my old neighborhood, I would say. So people that's about 35-ish, they may have heard things like voting don't count and it don't matter, but you also have heard vote or die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably in that middle ground where you're not 100% sure if your vote matters and stuff like that. And the bottom line is that if you can vote, obviously you should participate. You know, it does add a voice to the cause.
I get the apprehension with like the presidential vote, because this last election even proved that national vote didn't mean shit. But your local elections, and that's really where your vote can affect the most change, is there. So start there, you know? Research your district people.
I think that's the hardest part, is that if it's not the big one,
people don't care.
Well, I mean,
as much.
I mean, I'm gonna try my hardest to try to be on both sides of it, because I vote, so
I mean, me too, but I used to be like, well, I don't care about local elections. I'm only going to vote in presidential elections. Right. And then I was like, wait, like, but that's like
it sounds like a maturity age thing. Like,
well,
like you said,
hopefully we getting young folks and old folks and in between folks and whatever. Go register to vote, people.
I forgot. Hey, shouts out to all my people that's older than 35 that's watching. We need you. We need your wisdom. Comment. Matter of fact, talk to Tamika. Keep they be like, comment where? What? But nah, for real. And then the people, of course, younger than 35, we appreciate y'all all the time. Y'all know we be liking and sharing stats and stuff. So I'm just trying to separate because it's like different people have a different understanding. So it's like, well, for those of you that may feel like, okay, this voting thing ain't helping. All right, but at least know what's going on in your local government. Like, that stuff does matter. You know, we have about, I think, 3 or 4 minority ethnicity people who are running and winning, or at least running for assembly seats and stuff like that in Buffalo. There's a person, April Baskins, who actually is a longtime member of Team Reality from way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? She ran and won. And Veronica, we worked together years ago, but she got married, Golden, and she's doing her thing, and she was running as well. I know John Rivera just announced himself. He's running. I don't even know what side of the street John is on anymore. As far as political, I haven't paid any attention, but I support him personally, so I'm mentioning him now. But I'm saying all of this because what you're saying reminded me that when I saw John Rivera, I was like, yes, vote for John. And I was like, wait, what are his policies? He may not be the same guy that I met when he was 15 and 16 years old. And then, we've reconnected over time, but I need to check him out. And he probably wants that too. So, Jonathan Rivera, Buffalo, New York, he's running for something. And I need to pay more attention, and I think that was the point, so.
As do I. I'm full disclosure, I'm not all, caught up on who's running and where their stance is on things. But I still got to figure out who's in my district where I live.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think sometimes smart people get caught up with the sayings, and it's like you were saying the sayings, and I agree with you, and that's why I was like, it's hard for me to say because I agree with everything you were saying. It's just, when you take that next step of actually doing it, it's a whole different ball game, because you might find out, literally, like I said, April Baskin, she was in a theater group when I joined the theater group back in the day. Like, this is back then. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, what if, for whatever reason, we had some issue going on, which we don't. I love her to death. She's the woman. No, she's really dope. She cares about people a lot. That's why we've always been able to be really cool, and we know each other's families and stuff like that. And I've seen her from a distance become this wonderful governmental person. And I'm like, yo, What if there was some crap going on though? Then I would be holding a grudge, and now I'm not supporting this person. And that's why I was like, okay. So there's a couple different areas that people really need to discuss and go over where it's like, yes, you need to get to know who your local governmental people is, and you need to let go of whatever the past junk was and start getting involved at some level. Even if you just look on your phone, just type it in. You know what I'm saying? Like just something.
Quick bullet points. I mean,
yeah,
they really do have like voter cheat sheets, like.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, this is their party, this is what they stand for, this is some credentials, boom, you know?
So this is the 2020 challenge. If you're hearing this, if you're watching this, go on your phone. If you're watching us on your phone and you purchase YouTube Prime or Premiere or whatever, then, you know, Premium, then you can check right now, you know what I'm saying? Because your phone going to keep going. But if you're going to cut us off, then you might as well check when we get done.
Yeah,
but
wait,
I want you to do I want you to do the challenge. I really want you to go into your Google search and just type in wherever you at top government official. You know what I'm saying? Like that phrase right there will get you started. And then you can go from there. But at least get an idea of the fact that the government is not in Washington, D.C., the government is literally everywhere. And it's in your city, down the street, somewhere downtown, somewhere on Main Street.
Speaking of D.C., that's where I was for Christmas.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah, I was hanging out with my parents for a week. It was a good time. It's so much Korean food. So good.
Hey.
So good.
How you doing, Tammy? Merry Christmas. Thank you for all the well wishes.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, no, it was a good time. I had fun with my parents. I like hanging out with them. And then I saw some cousins and my aunt. We all went out to eat together, which was also fun. We walked around a lot. Like, we don't drive there. We just metro. Lifted a few places. But yeah, it's mostly just walking and taking like the subway. It's quite nice.
And that's why I wanted to talk to y'all today with Tamika, because we moving right into the next one, which is family in 2019. Family was very, very important for the both of us. You know, Tamika always talks about how wonderful. We got bushes outside in the back, so we can hear the bushes are rubbing up against the against the house. Sound like somebody trying to come get us. So we all good. We in the home studio, baby. But family was very important. I don't know, Tamika was just telling about how she visited some family, but she's always talking about how great her mom is and just being connected with family. And you know, I've grown a lot of connection within my family and getting some, like I said, some of those things that have happened in the past, like getting rid of that stuff and just really trying to have fresh relationships that are familiar, familiar relationships. You know, because, you know, I have some family members who, they live a certain type of life, and I cannot let them borrow my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't let you borrow my car.
Yeah, but then they can't have boundaries with them.
Right. And then there's people where I can be like, yeah, here, take the keys to my house and do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that you can do that with, but, you know, the love still has to be there. The appreciation that this person is a part of your family, stuff like that, because it always comes back in a really positive way. You know, I have younger cousins and people that are doing music and stuff like that, and you know, I'm like, how come ain't nobody called me? I'm like, how come I ain't ever called y'all? So, you know, it's been a lot of different changes in 2019. So looking forward to 2020, I'm definitely looking forward to reconnecting with a lot more family, not just the local family, but abroad.
Your family abroad?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I got family everywhere.
I bet.
Huh?
I bet.
Oh yeah, I got family everywhere. We all over the place. Chicago, Alabama,
conferences, just random
DC.
places.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my cousin Chanel. Yeah, she's doing really well in DC as far as I could see on Facebook. But no, seriously, like I've said before when we were talking, like we were talking about our goals back when we were young, you know what I'm saying? And to see her achieving them is really nice. You know?
That's cool.
It's very dope. So, you know, it's been a really nice year for family. My cousin got married this year. I mean, this ain't really my business. I'm not real used to like talking about other people's stuff like that, but unless it's celebrity gossip or something. But Yeah, my cousin got married. That was fire. Great guy. You know
Weddings
what I'm
are
saying?
fun.
She deserved
I'm going to a
the
wedding
best.
next year, not in 2020.
Okay.
I didn't have any 2019 weddings.
Okay. Yeah. So hey, you know.
Two very dear friends that have been together for forever. Like, it's like about time y'all got married. But the wedding's gonna be fire. It's like 5-hour open bar, taco bar. I'm not personally like, ooh, open bar, because like I cannot drink for 5 hours.
Right.
That's insane.
Hey.
The only thing I can do for 5 hours is sleep. I can't even work for 5 hours without JB. So
Yeah, I can't eat for 5 hours no more. I used
Yeah.
to be able to sit and eat.
But there is a taco bar, so
I want to go to the taco bar.
I'm excited for that.
Who getting married?
I'm very excited for the food. The food's gonna be fire, so yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I started a business this year, or last year, 2019.
Yay.
Capital DC Presents is an actual business.
Okay, what are you doing?
This.
Okay.
No, actually,
I am not his employee.
No. For tax purposes, we have no employees. Trust me.
Nor will I ever be as well.
Please don't have anybody out there thinking I have employees.
No, I'm just
one day, but not today. Okay.
It's never me.
Yeah. Capital DC Presents is an actual for real business. And I started it originally because I want to do guest speaking and I want to actually get paid and stuff like that to do presentations and seminars and whatnot.
Cool.
And that was a goal of mine. There were some things that were set up and then that fell through. So it was like, okay, so now I'm on YouTube. You know what I mean? It was just like, yo, get out there and gain some subscribers. Like, share, and subscribe, comment. It really helps. You know,
not
for real. Say something.
Yeah, put thumbs up things.
Put anything. Put a poop emoji if you want to. Like for real. No, listen. If you have something to say, right? Say it. Don't hide.
Don't be so aggressive about it.
Say it in the comments.
Keyboard warrior.
Come on, man. I'm listening. I might even change my mind.
He might.
Or not. Nah, man. You never know. Nah. That's what you said. Tamika pulled out her thug voice. Rock-a-bye, baby.
I don't have a thug voice.
That was it.
No. I don't have thug anything.
Oh, shoot. You got a new job in 2019? Or was that 18?
I did. No, that was 2019.
Oh, yeah. Full-time gig?
Yes. May 22nd.
She can buy tissue and juice.
Right?
Oh, man.
And I like my juice organic.
Yo.
But I also water it down. Like, I'm getting to that age where, like, things are too, whatever it tastes like is too that much. Oh, it's too sweet. It's too...
We gotta get away from organic stuff costing, like, $5
For sure. I mean, there's some things where I'm just like, no, I'm not spending that money. But, like, milk, eggs, things that, like, I'm regularly ingesting... I do, but it helps that Aldi's, again, love me some Aldi's.
Yo, Aldi's is off the chain
You
now.
can get organic stuff at really, really good, affordable prices.
Bro, you can get gourmet cheese at Aldi's.
Oh, yeah, like that. I love
real.
Wegmans, and they will sell Kerrygold butter at Wegmans for like $4.29 a pound. You can get the exact same product at Aldi's for like $2.15 to
I was gonna say the same thing. Like almost verbatim. I was gonna say $2.54.
I didn't know the exact price, so
I be throwing the extra little cent. I don't know why all these do that. It was $2.30.
Because it is some weird random cent. So I think it's so that like, well, no, because it's not taxed.
Because is that like the lowest possible price maybe, or the highest possible price they can charge or something like that?
I have no idea.
That might be the point. But anyway, yeah, so organic, you got to do better in 2020. That's just, and then I mean,
FDA do better.
But now we're getting back to the, you know what I mean?
No, we're going to keep this.
But see, this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. This is why we started with the administration, because it's like, yo, people don't understand how much that stuff affects things. So even going to the local side, right? So if our local government is corrupt and people are worried about their suits and their boyfriends and who's sleeping with who, and they're not paying attention to the roads, then that means your car is going to get messed up more often.
These potholes are out of control.
And then in Buffalo, we have the most snow ever. So it's like, even when we don't get a lot of snow, people drive like it's a blizzard no matter what. Like, it's going to be a blizzard. So people just start driving bananas. So now you got swerving people, bad tires, potholes, crazy ice. Your car is gonna fall apart. Then you got the mechanic who's like, yo, I gotta make these Emmys. I'm trying to get a boat. He charging you $700 for something that really costs $200. Come on, your city is gonna start crumbling because the people in the government aren't paying attention to the business practices. They're not paying attention to the roads, the schools, the stuff that people need to not pay attention to them and let them.
At the end of the day, they're not doing their civic duty.
Right, and that's you know what I'm saying. So. You know, yes, you have to get out there and vote, and yes, you.
And then you hold them accountable.
How?
However, protest, petitions,
peaceful
whatever,
protest.
whatever.
Peacefully, without using violence. I mean, I know. Some of y'all like, nah, bro. No, I understand. I get all of that, but on this show,
yeah, no, I'm not saying burn it down.
On this show.
But
on this show that I put out on YouTube freely, we are not not promoting no violence.
We're gonna need an attorney. No.
Yeah, man, if you're an attorney, can you please hit me up in the comment section? Like, I'm an attorney. So I can reach out to you. Like, you don't have to sweat me like, hey, man, come be my client. No, I don't need all of that. I just need you to let me know that that's your job so I can reach out and call your office because I do need those services. Because I'm trying to have a for real business and I'm trying to really see what I can do with it. And also, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to make sure my child support is straight, you know. So, it's straight all the way across the board, you know what I'm saying.
Do you have an LLC?
Not yet. Oh. It's right before the LLC.
Oh, okay. I didn't know which step you were at.
It's different taxes, so I have to go with what I know I can get with versus be stuck for no reason.
Well, that's enough.
And I don't have any employees.
None.
And I have not done any business this year. This is free.
That happens.
This is free. This is absolutely free. I'm not charging it. I'm not monetizing these videos.
I'm not paying them. That's for damn
Oh,
sure.
nah. See, what we're doing is called practice. Because then you get better at it. And then when you charge people, you can feel comfortable with charging people.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Well, we almost
I'm not there yet.
She more equipped than she put on, though. That's modesty. Because them years of theater, she did some character work.
Forever ago.
Yeah, it's in you, though. It's like Pokemon. The power is always in you.
Remember who you are.
Remember who you are, young Simba.
So I saw the last. I saw Star Wars. Return of Skywalker. You don't care about Star Wars, do you?
Shout out to my man Cody over at Some More News who broke down the amazingness of Star Wars for me. But I haven't cared about it. And then I saw the Mandalorian thing with the Baby Yoda and I was like...
Baby Yoda is everywhere. He is the cutest little fucking thing
again?
ever. If you don't like Baby Yoda, you must obviously not like puppies and kittens and money and food.
Money?
And
puppies and kittens.
No, and food and air. And life. Just, no. Baby Yoda is all of those things. He's everything.
Baby Yoda is a Beanie Baby.
No.
That talks.
He's going to be a big plush that Disney is going to be making money
toy.
Hand over fist with.
And
I already have mine set aside. So.
I'm not saying you're wrong for having it. I'm just saying it was definitely marketing.
It was well done. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I hold Disney finally.
2019. Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. 2019.
Disney Plus. Disney Plus won 2019.
Disney definitely won 2019 to me. I mean, if you want to be cynical and just like an anti-conversation person, you would say Trump won 2019 because what the but Disney won 2019 because they was able to take over everything and become our version of BNL. Like they was eating sunflowers. He's like, Fox, NBA, NFL,
yep.
Mickey, Minnie, we got all of them. They buying up YouTube channels.
So, no, actually, they don't want Disney. They don't want us.
No, not us.
Netflix
needs people like us. Netflix need people like us to review their movies and their original shows and stuff.
They used to have a TV show like that on Bravo. It was called The People's Couch. And people would watch Bravo shows and comment on the shows while they were like in bed watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Excuse me.
Didn't last very long.
Right, because they didn't have us on the show. You gotta have some life and some vibrance. Yo, listen, this is my T-Rex collection. I'm wearing my T-Rex shirt today because I just watched the battle with him and Tay-Rock. That was just a total sidebar for those who watch battle rap. Yo, the pants is T-Rex pants too.
I watched Killing Eve on Hulu. It's a BBC America show.
I'm sorry, I have worked my mind, so I have to catch up with what you said. I'm like, it's not that type of show.
It's about this MI6 agent who hunts down this sociopathic assassin. It's fantastic. BBC America be putting out some really good programming.
I bet.
Just saying. Brits know what they're doing.
Also, the show
Downton Abbey. Y'all, okay, don't tell me all about season 2
You watched Downton Abbey too?
I love Downton Abbey. I haven't seen the movie.
I have nothing to do with it, but Deanna likes it, so this is your part of the show, boo. Go ahead, talk about that shit.
Downton Abbey is fantastic. It's a slow burn. Like, you can't go into it expecting action because
ain't none
at all.
I mean,
but it's so well written and well acted, and it's beautiful, and like
you know they have a real hotel.
Yes, like
I looked that up. That was me. I looked that up.
Listen, if I were
we're gonna make it one day, baby.
My dream vacations would be to be like there, like some Hogwarts shit where the Hobbit took place. Like that's.
And then to go to
I would
Dolomite
nerd out. So like, yes, you have no idea. It would be fantastic. But no, Downton Abbey is great. And for anybody, please.
You know what I mean? Like one of the Star Wars, that'll be a trifecta. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, please.
Because Downton Abbey is so low key. I think the Star Wars don't know the Hogwarts.
Well, for anybody that are Harry Potter fans, Professor McGonagall is in Harry Potter. Or is in Downton Abbey, and for any Game of Thrones fans, Ygritte is also in Downton Abbey, so there's those tie-ins. But it's so good. It's a slow burn. You can't go into it like, yeah. It's not that type of party. Like the most action you get is a 1800s car accident, like, you know, like you gotta go with your with.
It sounds like Little House on the Prairie for old people.
It's Little House on the Prairie. I mean, it's set in like the 1890s, and then each season is a different decade. But they're like a really rich family, so they have like this huge estate. And it's just about like the family and like the staff of the estate as well.
Yeah, I saw a couple episodes.
It's so good, and costumes are beautiful, and it's so indicative of each decade too. Just like how the styles change and the hairstyles, and they talk about it. Also, Call the Midwife. Does she watch Call the Midwife?
Probably.
You should ask her after this, because that's another one too, and that talks about like midwifery and childbirth. Through different decades.
I'm a child. When I hear words I don't know, I
And they finally have a black midwife, so.
Midwifery. That's my new word. This is my midwifery.
No, it's just your midwife. Midwifery is what they practice.
She practiced midwifery.
There you go.
Sound good. The MCU ended in 2019. That was dope. I never kept up because I'm a naysayer and a party pooper, but I thought that Endgame and Infinity Wars was that the last two?
Yeah.
Endgame and Infinity War.
Opposite way, but yes.
The last two, I thought they were really good movies though. Like
they were.
Iron Man was good.
Iron Man was great.
Some of the middle joints was bizarre. Hulk was weird. You know, they got some weird ones in there. But then, like, you know,
Hulk was weird until Mark Ruffalo, America's husband.
That's two different Hulks. That's the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk. He wasn't incredible yet.
Yeah, but like, Mark Ruffalo Hulk is the best Hulk.
Well, Mark Ruffalo is kind of like
the best.
Dope. Right, he's so dope. It's like Mark Ruffalo.
Can you tag him in this? Can we add him in this? Mark Ruffalo, I love you. My mom loves you.
Happy
you
2019
are America's husband.
Or 2020.
Happy 2020. Happy life. Happy everything. Watch this. Yes, follow me on Instagram. Reynolds. A chilling adventure _ between each.
What's that other white man name that we all love?
Ryan Reynolds, yes, Deadpool. He's Canadian.
The other white man.
Robert Paulak, where you at? That's my dad.
We do love him. Nah, it's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd.
He's on a new show on Netflix called Living with Yourself.
I saw that joint.
Yeah, I started it. I haven't finished it.
I did the same thing. But you know, I'm starting to see a trend in shows because I've watched You, Feed.
Did you like You? Did you watch both seasons of You?
No, I've only seen like 3 or 4 episodes, but I saw like the 3 episodes to see.
Okay.
So for those of you that haven't seen it, spoiler alert, I'm about to start talking about it.
Wait, how much into season 2 are you?
I don't know if I'm into season 2.
What happened on what happened on the episode you saw?
People died.
That happens in more than one episode.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure I don't tell you too much. Hold on. Let me see.
Is there a girl named Peach?
I don't know. There's a Puerto Rican girl who a freak. She a gossip columnist.
Okay.
He has a glass cage that he keep people in.
Yes, he does.
Okay. And that Puerto Rican freaky girl with the little sister.
Oh. Okay, you're on season 2.
That's it.
Okay.
I can't say no more.
Don't say no more then. No spoilers. Next time though.
Those were spoilers though.
I felt it was headed that way.
No, the stuff I said was spoilers for people that haven't watched it. For some people.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't say any more than that for me
so
though.
Let me think.
Because then it gets spoily for me.
So this is what I'll say.
Because he does some shit like that, some stuff like that in season 1.
So what I was upset with is there was a gentleman that I was watching on TV. He fell in love with this other woman.
Are we still talking about You?
I don't know.
Okay.
He fell in love with this woman. And then she ended up being like his equal and like the same as him. And then he was like, yeah, I don't know if I like you like that. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing?
Well,
So whenever I see that in shows now, it bothers me. So even in Living with Yourself, Paul Rudd character was like, I don't want to live no more, I want a better version of me. The better version of him was there and willing to do it, and he was like, nah, I want my life back.
Wait, yeah.
I'm like, nah, man, forget all that. Wait. Stop writing one season and then being like, oh, let's write some more seasons. So he don't like it. Let's go the opposite direction. Like, y'all got to stop doing that. Everybody's doing the same thing. They went to the same seminar, and everybody copied the same dude.
But we be watching it.
That's some stuff. Just started drumming with my mouth. It's just like, it's getting so repetitive that I don't want to watch the rest of the show because I've seen it before. And like Feed, I don't know did you see Feed? Have you ever seen the movie The Surrogate with Bruce Willis? Well, then I just gave y'all the whole plot. Now that was a spoiler. If you watch Feed, you might as well watch The Surrogate. And I watched a couple reviews about the show, and people are like, well, it's not like they have elements of sci-fi shows that you've seen, and they're not giving you anything new, so you might as well go watch those other shows.
Yeah.
That's what they said. So I was like, well, watch The Surrogate, and Feed is pretty much The Surrogate, and then they keep going after the movie. But you don't care. You just don't care no more. So that's what ended up happening with that, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, I watch a lot of battle rap, and that whole scene is it's starting to pan out, I guess. I don't know. It's there's a spot where it's like it's about money, but also about legacy, and then you have the guys who don't care about legacy, but they're popular, so people keep hiring them and giving them the money. And then they show up and they're trash, or not even trash. They didn't try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course,
because they don't care about the legacy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the guys who are like, I don't care about money. I'm about legacy. But now you're like not making the money that
You
you
gotta sell
could.
out a little bit.
See what I'm saying?
It's a fine line. You gotta sell out a little
And
bit.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's like battle rap is starting to sell out a lot. It's been selling out because
with that
it
being
has
said,
to.
I know nothing about battle rap.
No, I'm saying like it has to.
Speaking of a situation.
This is a conversation that I've seen other like people who analyze battle rap. They've had this conversation a couple years ago, but it's like you have to start selling shares in your thing for the majority or the masses to be able to get a part of it. And that's how you get your information further along. The problem is that we don't have a underground railroad or whatever the new version of that for our time would be, where we can connect with other independent artists and really get out there, versus now I'm an independent artist competing with other independent artists because they have their own group. And I'm like, well, I don't want to pay $145 a month or every 3 months to be a part of y'all group. I want to be an independent artist.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, then independently pay all these different people. And I'm like,
I'm just like, okay.
Independent doesn't mean I pay everybody by myself. You know, there's a level of where we don't have to pay people for stuff. We work together, split it, and the money comes in.
Barter.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff exists, but it's 2019 was a rough financial year for people, so a lot of people like tightened up their pockets and got real money focused.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of legacy, and even all the way down to the ground level, like I say, like children are claiming that they're not being parented again. You know, that was a huge thing back in like 90, like between 82 and 95, right up in there. A lot of people were like, where my parents at? I'm getting raised by my grandparents.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. That time has come back around. You know, so a lot of people are looking for ways to keep the lights on, and then it's like, I also want to have the nice shoes, but I also want to have a chain, I also want to have the hair, and I also want to have and I also want to have and I also want to have and I also want to. You get stuck in that, and then you look up, and you're 36, and your kid is 17, and you like, what? How did this happen? You know, but it's like, yo, man, listen, this is 2020s. You gotta find some balance. Yes, make your money, please do. But it's not all about the bag.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Bags help, but...
Oh, man. Because at the end of the day, if Tamika gets a bag and she's willing to work with me, then I do benefit from her getting that bag. But I'm never going to benefit from her getting that bag if I don't do something besides offer her a bag. Because if I offer her a bag, she'll offer me a bag, and then I'll offer her. You know what I mean? It's going to work back and forth. It's tit for tat. But, you know, if I'm able to be like, you trying to move, I can help you move. And then when the shipment comes in, she's like, hey, I can break you off because you helped me. You know, so helping people is not dead. It's not going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But
it's just a nice thing to do, too. You know?
And it brings good energy towards you. So that's why we're bringing it up. Because we're looking forward to 2020. I know I keep saying 2019 because that's the theme of the show.
Yeah, we're just not used to...
It's the theme of the episode.
Well, we're going to use it. We're just going to do both.
20 dub. 2020. We out here with perfect vision. We can see.
Mush. We're going to just mush it.
You know. Yeah. And I mean, it's that time. You
know?
We
still can. Because you know that like for the next 3 to 4 weeks, we're all still going to be writing 2019. Whenever we have to fill in the date on things, okay?
Like, for let's those of us who don't write at all, you won't know what year it is.
Lucky!
You're not writing anything. Oh, man. Nah, man, technology has grown. Tesla put out a car this year. It looked like the Halo car from the first Halo.
The one that hits black people?
The one that hates black people?
Hits.
Oh,
it's just... like the recognition has a hard time recognizing people of color. Big shocker there. So
I didn't know this. I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yeah, the car hits black people. Not hates. I didn't say hates. Hits. HITS.
I thought you said hates.
I mean, one could make that argument, but I'm not today. I'm not making that argument today. One could, but I'm not. I'm just saying.
I was just...
that, like, the facial recognition technology of it that, like... Because it's on, like, a 360... It's a 360 sensor.
So when they had it test faces, it didn't. The shade of the skin.
Shades of skin don't register.
And that's why you need to hire people of different shades.
That's why you need to hire whoever helped Rihanna do her Fenty foundation line. Because that shit is like 455 shades, okay? I was at Sephora with my mom and DC. We went to the mall in Pentagon City. I hate malls, but this mall has a Garrett popcorn place in there, and I love food. And they have the best cheddar popcorn. So good. Anywho, that's why we were there. So then we were like, well, since we're here, we're just going to like meander around a little bit. No big deal. So we ended up in Sephora looking at face stuff, makeup. And I actually like her lipstick. So I was like, I'm going to go over there and see if there's anything that I want to spend $18 on. Lipstick is $18. But anyways, I'll never understand makeup prices. I mean,
you could get a downloadable content pack from a video game you spent $60 on already, too, so.
I don't play video games.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that.
Yeah, everybody's got their thing.
Sounds like the equivalent.
Yep, everybody's got their thing. So it is what it is. I'm not yucking anybody's yum. I'm just saying it's not mine.
I'm just saying, EA Sports, it'd be dope if y'all could stop charging people on top of the money they already spent. That's just
them
rude.
$60 games are already absurd. And then it's like, oh, you want new jerseys and extra players and a blowjob and a hand job to go with it? $22.99.
Yo, if they gave
and then it glitches anyways.
Like if they gave you the hand job, then it would be like, oh yeah, charge me $100 on top of the $60 I just paid. But they don't even offer you that. They be like, here's more bugs just to see if you gonna keep paying.
It's all glitchy.
But you were in Sephora.
Yeah, and we're just right under the lipstick is all the foundations, and it was like just so many shades. I think it was 30 different shades.
Yeah.
From like albino white to just
black. Purple black. That oily black.
It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it.
Like, I shouldn't want to take a bite of your finger.
I want you to melt into me. Just, yes.
Like,
yes,
you gotta
I
be
love.
Like, yeah.
Yes. Anywho. That's who Google or that's who Tesla need to hire to do the
somebody that's the color of my shirt.
Yeah.
Nah, but I didn't know that. I just thought that everybody was talking about the car and how boxy it is, and it looks like a video game car.
It does, yeah. All of those things are accurate, but that too.
and it runs people over.
This fun fact, it hits people of color.
Man, I don't know this year.
But I mean, technology has come a long way, and they do get an A for effort.
Yeah, we got.
But overall, I'm gonna give you guys like a B-.
Well, yeah, 5G is hitting the fans. I don't know. The 5G is hitting folks.
I heard that the arenas, New Era Field and KeyBank Arena has 5G.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in South Buffalo recently. My service is still trash.
Yeah. 4G is not fast enough. And the companies have put all types of, basically, there is no speed cap. So they make speed caps. They control the speed that way. So if you get a Verizon phone, they'll say you got speeds up to 100. I'm just making this part up.
Yeah.
And then they'll say if I get a phone that's like a prepaid monthly plan phone,
you only get like 35 of the 100.
Right.
Yeah,
but they'll tell me I'm getting 100, but then they'll say in the fine print at peak hours, which are like, it's the opposite, because at peak hours when everybody's using their phone, I'm getting 12, 14, and that goes for the cable, the internet, all them services. It's like they're messing up the airwaves, if you will, with all
purpose.
Of these things they're trying to do. So 5G is supposed to give people a reason not to do that on one hand, but then a reason to charge more, and then we can go further. It's just going to
be the same thing. Yeah, it's all.
Well, I mean, you got to control the population, because if you give everybody internet and now everybody can read, people are going to be able to read. And you don't want everybody to be able to know how to read.
Well, white people don't want us to be able to read at one point.
And that was the point. They didn't want us to be able to read because if I can read, that means I can learn how to write. That means I can learn how to come up with concepts and ideas and explain myself.
Not just doing maps and braids anymore. We writing them down, y'all. We cartographers.
But it's dope because it's like now that I have understanding about things, I can actually explain something to you and show you that we're equal. And they didn't want that. They didn't want you to talk to their kid, and their kid is like, "Hey, why do we own her? She my friend. She helps me out. She be saying smart stuff." You know what I mean? Yeah. So they tried to, you know. But anyway,
supposed to listen to Mammy, but not listen to Mammy.
Right. So nowadays, it's still happening, but it's in the form of get fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like look good, look good, look good, look good, and it's like like they whole phrase, "You could dress a pig." And it's like that whole concept is what they've been trying to push down our throat for
ever
65, 70 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like just so we're trying to mention these things because we just want you guys to get an idea of what the last decade was really like pushing out, man. This is two sidebar, but 2015 was the real year that Back to the Future was set in.
Huh, I never saw Back to the Future.
What? McFly? Anyway.
I mean, I get it. I get the concept of it, but yeah, I never. There's a few movies I get that reaction of like that I've never seen.
The movie itself is cult classic. That's why. It's some really funny things that happen. McFly.
Have also never seen E.T.?
I watched E.T. and I don't suggest it to people. That's like saying, hey, you should watch Gremlins, which I don't want to offend anybody. See what I'm saying?
Trash.
See what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't suggest somebody watch Gremlins, but if it was on, I would be like,
if it's on, I'm like, oh, we're watching Gremlins, but I'm not going to be like, yo, Gremlins is hot, let's watch this. It would just be like, we're going to watch this and it's going to be awful, but it's going to be great, but it's going to be awful and we're going to watch this.
It's like watching a Medea movie.
Yeah, I don't watch Medea movies, so, but I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, I said it.
It's like watching an accident or a train wreck. Like, it's horrific, but you can't look away.
I mean, is that a bad statement to say at this point? I remember when that was, like, evil. Like, 2008, 2009. I could not say that about Tyler Perry. But now it's like, yo, those movies are comedies. That's what's...
At best, if you think it's funny.
Even the Mad Diary of a Black Woman, all them joints is comedies. They're all spoofs of themselves. Like, they're spoofs of the situations.
They're extra. They're just extras.
Yeah. Like it's like...
Like, nobody's throwing hot grits on anybody.
Whoa. People are throwing hot grits on people.
Now, because of the movie.
No, people been throwing hot grits for years.
Who's wasting grits?
Mad people be wasting grits.
Don't be wasting grits.
And stir your grits.
Put some butter and some cheese.
Whisk your grits. Use a fork or a whisk. Is it whisk?
Mm-hmm. I want some grits now.
I got some grits in there.
I'm going to get me some shrimp and grits for dinner.
I butchered some shrimp the other day. I sauteed shrimp that I was supposed to fry.
Oh. Well, I sauteed shrimp.
Nah, I put the fried batter on it and everything, and then I sauteed it instead of fry it. I made a mistake. I was a novice.
Yeah, that's wrong.
That was bad.
You can pan fry, but I'm imagining since you keep saying sauteing that there was not enough oil in it to pan fry. Yeah, okay. That happens. I made my first pineapple upside down cake.
I saw that
for 2019.
I see you ain't bringing that.
No, I'm just gonna make. I gotta get mine out of storage. My cast iron skillet's in storage. But I'm just gonna start making those. They're so easy. They're so easy. Like.
And it's like a little meal. If you eat some ham with it, it's like you had a ham in it.
Yeah, like it's almost like cornbread except much sweeter.
Bruh, you gotta watch my cooking show when I put it out. I'm so full. Christmas I made Thanksgiving food. So I made macaroni and chuck roast and sweet potato and something else. I can't remember. I made some food. So I recorded it and made some cake and everything. But I recorded myself doing it, so I'll put that out. But it was like it just came out real good. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna start making more food. I'm gonna start cooking. So 2020, I'm gonna really start cooking out here.
I love cooking. I did go to culinary school.
Yeah. That's kind of one of the reasons why I tried. And this is what did it. One day, I was at Tamika house for a party. It was a very wonderful party. I got a little sleepy. I was tired, so
I used to throw epic parties.
I was very asleep at this party.
The goal was to at least like make one person go to sleep.
I didn't know I was gonna be that person, but I was.
We never anticipate a person. We just hoped for one.
Oh my God. I went to sleep twice though. Like I just couldn't make it. It was comfortable. Like if it wasn't so comfortable, I'd have been more.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. I don't throw ragers, but they're still epic. Like they're chill. They're good times. I mean, a few gotten a little crazy back in my drinking
and that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't
but...
fall asleep because it was boring. I fell asleep because it was just turned. So the food was delicious, and there was you had took Reese cups.
Nope, Ritz Rolos.
You had took Rolos, and you put them on the Ritz cracker.
Yeah.
And you put it in a microwave.
Oven.
You put it in the oven. And then I ate one, and I was like.
Yeah, we top it with another one to like sandwich the Rolo down and make it into a little cookie. And it's like the buttery and the salty and the sweetness with the chocolate. It's so good.
That was like 6 years ago. Like I remember.
I make those. I still make those.
And I'm gonna have to come over and get one. Because I was thinking peanut butter cups. That was something I did. I made I took the cookie batter and made like one big cookie. And then I made a cake on top of it. I was doing stuff. It was dope. It came out good. But, So, 2020, we about to be out here.
We're doing things.
We about to wrap it up. We just wanted to say hey. Let y'all know we coming back. We doing great things in 2020. We had a great 2019. We started the greatest podcast of all time.
Are we keeping that name? Is that like the permanent
The greatest
name?
podcast ever?
Yeah.
Until we pick a name.
Okay, I was just curious.
It seemed like.
I mean, it worked so far.
It seemed like that's what we.
I like it.
When someone says to me, "I've watched the greatest podcast ever," then I'll be like, "That's the title." But so far, nobody said it.
Yeah.
People just say the podcast. So
or like your podcast.
Yeah. When they say the greatest podcast ever, that's when it's the title. So you've been watching the greatest podcast ever, and we do appreciate you, man. Listen. Listen, we this is the most generic one we've done so far. Like this is the YouTube standard show to talk about 2019. But we coming back with some guests. We have some things we want to share. Deanna by Design will be back. Actually, we're working on a show called Relating Shit, where we sit back and talk about relationships.
Oh, well, that should be fun.
Relationships. Yeah. So situations,
Situationships? I can talk about those.
No.
Oh.
Situationships.
Oh. That's, I don't know.
Situationships.
You sound like you have a speech impediment.
I'm trying to get that word out.
That's cool.
So maybe it should be situationships.
That's what you just said.
No, I said situationships.
It sounds the same to me. See?
The word shit goes in the front or the back.
Yeah, you can't have it in both.
The first time I said it both, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I heard myself, so I tried to fix it. Yeah, so we gonna do relating shit, and and also I'm working on some other things that are just theatrical, because the highest viewed videos I've ever had on my whole channel out of the whole 10 years I've been doing this is Teen Reality Theater, when we shot a movie back in the day. And I've gotten like over 1,000 views, or I think over 5,000 views on one of them. Oh, nice! And it was a scene that I directed and shot, but it wasn't written. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a scene that I just so happened to have the students in the room. Clayton Hoyt, who's another person that's actually running for office now. Clayton Hoyt is a good friend. Man, we out here, bro. We keeping it in check. We all we got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, so it's I got a lot of TRT. Yeah. I throw all types of gang signs up. Yeah, that's cool. Keep it in check. We so old. Anyway, folks. It was on the back of our t-shirt. People, listen, I went to McKinley and wore the shirt. So now, back in 1999, 2000, it was some...
Taking over for the 9-9.
Man, it was some like hood dudes. It was actually still hood dudes going to school. You know what I mean? Not like bad kids, jailbirds, stuff like that. Like that's not what I'm talking about. To my hood. These dudes was like, I go to school because my grandmother said I'm supposed to, and then I hit that block when I get off. Like that type of, and he, these dudes was real. So they walk down the street, down the
My
street.
mom says my job is education, but my bills say my job is over here.
Man, listen, you gotta. I mean, there's a difference. You have to. When people say you gotta do what you gotta do, it was like, yo, the landlord. Hey, here I am. I can see me now. Before I couldn't see me because my screen is jacked up.
Now he can see himself.
See what I'm saying? So I was in a blurb. But we were really wrapping up. I just wanted to try to get a chance to share whatever I was talking about, y'all. We coming back in 2020 with some dope stuff.
And agendas.
And agendas.
And outlines so we know loose scripts.
Yeah.
We're starting to get professional about it.
We trying to, you know what I'm saying? And then for those of you that y'all like when we just get it and talk and just go, you know what I'm saying? We also will have that as well. But, as we grow, we can't be talking crazy on the main show that some of y'all kids or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, my lady, she like to watch Tasha K. Sometimes Tasha K get too turned up for her to watch it while her daughter's in the room, so Tasha K don't get watched. Wendy Williams, on the other hand, because her show is a little bit more PG-13-ish, you know what I'm saying? Wendy Williams might get watched while the baby girl is in the room. So we trying to get ourselves to a point where baby girl can be in the room. But also, we want to make sure y'all have some content for those of you that want to see content when the children are not in the room, so we can really have some conversation. So, it's 2020. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You know what I'm saying? Spread that positive energy around.
Yes.
I mean, get tested.
Get tested, wear condoms, unless you guys get
tested. For real, man.
Consensually deciding to fluid bond, but yeah, it's another episode.
I just want to say something for the fluid bonders out there. I love y'all. Thank you for all the support and the longevity that we've had. The fluid bonders.
You're fine.
And I mean, like, all of the fluid bonders, not just specific ones. I mean, all of y'all. We need all of y'all. Because people who share fluids stress less unless it was some mess going
on. Okay.
No scientific studies behind that statement. I just said that because that's what I say. It's your boy. I'm already wrapping up. I took my watch off. It's over.
We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Follow me at A Chilean Adventure at Instagram, _ between each word. It is private. I should make it public, but I'm not ready yet. But I will soon.
And it's your boy Capital DC. I'm feeling extra silly and I'm getting tired, man.
It's already, look.
Listen, we was up, man.
Listen, we was
all up late. It's New Year.
16 hours into 2020, however many hours into 2020, and I need a nap. So.
All right, y'all. Be good to each other. Hug the person you love. That's the little whistle.
Yep. Confetti. Bye.